once you are done with that, or you have, that's probably after you have already pushed your work to your GitHub. So after you are done with that, you go to your Vercel and search for the project you want to work on, you want to post live. I can see our mentor is already here. Let me just do this very fast. So all these projects are already hosted here. Let me look for a new project. So I want to host this project now.
Hello, Yunus, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. Sorry for the delay. Sorry,
No
can you
problem.
just take on for the next 10 minutes? I just want to tell you that I'm available now, but just give me 10 minutes. Let me set up.
Okay, no problem. I'm just trying to. I will wrap up very shortly. I just
Yeah,
want to show
just
how to host their site on Vercel.
all right, perfect. I will join back in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Let me get my laptop and set up.
Okay, thanks. So after clicking on the project, I want to host, it will direct me to this. Then this will be on the root directory, and that's because it's only like a front end. It doesn't include any contracts inside. If it's a project that includes smart contract or that, you have to like that, you have to navigate to the folder that the contract is, the front end part is. But currently it's only one folder, and it's a front end web application, web app, sorry. So after navigating around, then you deploy, click on deploy, it will start deploying it for you. So once everything here pass, it will perfectly deploy for you and give you, yeah, thank God, everything works. Yeah, this is how it looks. This is like, yeah, I can go to continue on the dashboard to check the link. So here is it, the domain or the deployment link in the domain. Mostly this is the link you want to use, but both are the same, but mostly it's preferable to use this one. Yeah, I can click on it and it will direct me to the page. Yeah, this is how it looks. Yeah, this is one of my practice projects when I was like, I'm still a newbie like you, yeah. I'm still learning. So this is just a single page, and I
So
think
this one doesn't look like maybe work.
you see, I think, yeah, and it's responsive. Yeah, I think it's responsive. It's responsive perfectly. And also, let me show you guys this extension that I used to check responsive out. It's more called Mobile Simulator. It's a browser extension that you can use to check for different phone. You see that it's iPhone 5. And is this working? Yeah, it's working. The navigation is working, but I think it's only one page. Okay. It's only a single static web page. So you can navigate around to check for different screen size. That's where you are working on the responsiveness of the page. You can check it out, Mobile Simulator, and use it. So that is how to host your website using Vercel. And let me share this link with you guys so that you can also check it out if you want. So you can see it's accessible to everyone, anybody. Yeah. So that is that on Vercel. So the other hosting platform that I know that I've worked with, GitHub. You can also host with GitHub too. You can also host with GitHub too. But let me show you Netlify. I think I have few minutes before Mr. Abdul join us. So we start for Netlify. Same procedure. You have to sign in. Log in. I think I'm already signing. Yeah, I'm already signing with my GitHub account.
So your project is saying not found or 404 not found.
404 not
Wow.
found.
Yeah, so
I think
I think someone has even made the statement again here that the link isn't going through.
okay. Copy link. Yeah, let me share it with you guys. And if this is still not working, please let me know.
This one is working.
Yeah, I think I make that an error while copying the URL or something. So this one is working. Yeah, perfect.
Now this one they
So-
call be working.
So let's go to Vercel. So these are the newbies work that I did on Netlify. So
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, you're saying something?
So these are assignments that is coming up. Is it something like this that we're supposed to do?
Yeah, you are supposed to build and you make use of React Router more while building. It's just a static page like this, exactly like something like this, but it will be a restaurant page that have their landing page where that's landing page means what you first see when you enter a website like that will attract someone to go further with your to get to know you more. Something like it's like a selling point. Then after it's just a static page. Then after that, it won't be just a single page because this one that I share with you guys is a single page, and you can see it as a about us career, something like that. So you build a navigation, something like this also, but it will be like it will be working. Once I click on this, it will direct me to a page, not that it will direct me to a particular section in the same page. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Once you click on, there will be about us and the recipe page, and also what again? What did I put in the assignment? And also there will be a dynamic page that maybe this is a particular this one. Maybe this is a particular food that you are trying to share with someone. You are trying to like show like a potential buyer, someone that wants to buy the food. Then you can, once I click on this page, it will tell every detail that I need to know about this particular food, something like that. I hope you get it. Like,
Yes.
to do this one, you have to read on dynamic routing. I don't know if one of the mentors taught you that, but you have to read about it on how to undo that. That's to do this particular one, you have to use dynamic routing so that it will be like the same route, but the same particular route, but the content will be different. The content will be different, but it will be like the same route. It will be the same design. Once anytime that I click on something like this, like if it's this first one that I click on, it will show me the same the same design, but the content will be different, something like that. I hope you get it.
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Let me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, you're saying something.
I asked the question. Although why doing our assignment? Is it compulsory we should use Tailwind to style it, or we can use the normal custom CSS?
No, you can use anything. You are free to use anything you want. Just make sure it's style and it's properly like it's something beautiful, something good. That's just it. Just you can use anything of CSS. There is a lot of CSS library, CSS framework to use. You can even use something that probably I haven't teach you. And for that, even me myself, I can give you reward for that if you use something that they haven't teach anybody like yet. I want to be the one that will grade it. So anybody that like probably use anything different, like apart from what was taught on this one, I won't say what I want to give, but I will make the person happy. So because that person show like dedication and zeal to learn, like at least I will reward that person for learning, going further out of the bootcamp to learn. So you guys should make sure to do well, to do something beautiful, and also make all the functionality work. So back on Netlify.
Excuse me, please, can I ask a question?
Yes, please, you can ask.
The link you dropped on something dribble on Figma and one other link like that on the assignment and description
yes,
source.
yes,
That
yes.
we are going to fetch or look for images, designs that
No,
suit our this thing
no,
there
no.
or what?
Okay, yes, yes. It's not that you are going to look for images like that. It's there for just like inspiration. Maybe you don't, because for someone like me also, I used to use that a lot because I'm not really good with colors and design. I can just go there, look for like, it's more of certain looking for inspiration. Like that
Okay,
will be,
just like okay, I get what you're trying to say, Sha, I
yeah,
get.
yeah, you just go there to look for inspiration on design like that. If you are like having trouble coming up with a design that really suit your style, something like that, you can just go through the website and search for anyone that you want. And maybe for this one, I can just for on the search, but you can just write like a restaurant landing page, a restaurant about us page, a recipe page, something like that. Then it
Yeah,
will give you cool designs, and you can just pick anyone that you want. You can decide to even do the same thing. It's not a problem. Or the aim here is that we are learning and we are building, and at the end of the day, we are able to show something that this is what we build.
yes, boss. Thank you, Sam.
So, okay, on our Netlify page now, you can just click on the add new site here and import. And I want to import from my GitHub, so I'll click on import an existing project. So I'll click on GitHub because that's where the project are. I have to connect. Yeah, it's connected. So I don't know how strong Vercel is to host some sites, but let me check. I don't want to host a Web3 app because I haven't done that with Vercel yet. File landing page. Map country. Let's see. What did I click? Let's try this. Site name. Site name, I can just put it any name that I want. Map. So I specify the beginning of the name and it will just give me the rest. Check availability. If it's available, no, it's not available, then I will maybe 55. Yeah, it's available. No one has used this before. As it should be. Every URL is unique to a particular user. So the first one is someone has probably used it before. So which branch? I think yeah, it's only one branch, so it's master. Then I think everything is okay. Then deploy. It's not as fast as Vercel, as you can see. So let's just wait for it to load finish, and I will send it to you guys. Site deploy in progress. Mm. Mm. I think I want to use network, but basically it's supposed to deploy and return a link. Unlike Vercel, here on Netlify you have like the flexibility of choosing the name that you want. And I think Vercel also has that, was just that I haven't really checked it out yet because I'm more concerned of how the web will look. not the name, because it's just a practice web app. It's already working, it's done. So it will return a link, same as Parcel. I can just click on it and it will show me my web app. Yeah, this is this. I think. Okay. Okay, this is supposed to change. This is supposed to change the style of the map. Yeah. What is this thing? France. I think it's supposed to take me to France. Let's go to France. Capital of France. So that is that. You guys, should I send this URL?
So send it to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Please
so
send it.
I want to ask a question.
You want to dissect it,
Okay.
sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
This map,
Yes.
is it that you built it by yourself or is it like a
No,
library?
no. With front end, most of everything is this map
Yeah.
is I use a library. I have forgot the name, but I will look for it and share it with you guys. I use a
Okay.
library, but what I just did here is to just connect all the functionality to make it work. With front end, there are a lot of packages, to use while working. But the idea is that you should be able to like know what you are doing, like even without the library, because there are some things that you can some easy stuff like that you can basically do by yourself without using any library. So if you are for someone that is able to like know the mental, like the knowledge behind how a certain thing works without using a library, like you'll be able to explain it well for any other person that want to use such same thing. So that is that. Let me share the library and let me share this with you guys. So let me check if it's working. I hope you guys are not seeing my message. So it's working. The link is working. So that is that. Mr. Abdul, are you back? Before I continue, or should I continue? Mr. Abdul? Okay, he's not back yet. I hope he will be back soon, sir. Okay. So, and another thing is that while I'm sharing this, you can one of the best way to learn new stuff is to look into other people's projects and see what they are doing, what they are building. Because sometimes from there you like get inspiration now, because probably the way you are doing your own, everybody has different way of handling stuff. Like you can go left and the other person can decide that you want to go right, and at the end of the day you achieve the same aim, but probably the other person is doing it in more efficient way, while you are doing it like in a not so efficient way. So sometimes reading documentation and also reading other people code will really help you a lot, like to understand a lot of stuff. Sometimes I can just like look for a particular repository from someone and put it into my own repository, then see how they write their own code.
This your country map is very sensitive, like very, very sensitive.
You can just you can just check the GitHub, my GitHub, to check it out, and you can check the functionality and how I do it. You can also decide to like do it something like that for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a learning process, because to really learn something, you have to build. You have to keep building. Like all this project, no one like really told me to do it. I just did it by myself. Without anybody telling me to do it.
True.
And that way, at the end of the day, I was able to learn something out of it. So the aim here is to just be able to learn, and to all the little basics that you have been taught all this while. It will make it to it will make everything like to come together, like the routing, the useState, useEffect, everything. You just see that everything is now working and everything looking good. It won't look like magic, because probably I know you guys, you are seeing some things like magic now. So just make sure you are building while you are learning. Mr. Abdul, are you back?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, are you? Should I?
Yeah, you
stop
are you done?
presenting?
You can wrap up.
Yeah. I'm done actually. So guys, I will try to look for the library that I use for the map and share it with you guys on the call. So thank you guys for having me today, and see you in some other class. Thank you. But before I go, hope you guys understand how Netlify and Vercel work. Okay, that's good. So if there's any confusion about it, you can just send a DM on WhatsApp or on Discord. Yeah, on WhatsApp will be more better, because I'm more active on WhatsApp. So you guys should. But the Discord is also okay. But anyhow, it is, just make sure you drop something where anytime that I saw the message, I'll definitely answer you guys. Just yeah, if you are having any confusion about what I just did, you can just send a DM. Thank you and happy coding.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay, I see I have just 4 people here. All right, so let me quickly share my screen. We are 1 hour. We've wasted 1 hour already. Sorry for the delay. So quickly share the screen here. Okay, you guys are seeing my screen, yeah?
Yes, sir. We are seeing your screen.
Okay, so all right. So the last time that I was with you guys, we spoke about hooks, and basically we brushed what we've done. We introduced useEffect, and I think Tali, you were in the class, and I gave a mini assignment. I don't know if I wrote it down for you guys. So basically, what we did is we called on this. We use useEffect to actually call on what live data, and we display the live data on the page. So that was what we did last. So this morning I see Manu took you guys on you guys brushed on the custom hooks. And so what we're going to focus on today, so it's fully routing. So we're going to go in depth into routing, and we're going to understand how routing works in React. So currently, I just found out that, okay, the way routing works in plain React is different from the way it works in frameworks like Next.js. So I'm more familiar with Next.js, but we're going to look into the routing of React today. So let me just clear out this code on this screen. So this was what we did last time. We spoke, let me zoom in. So we did useState, we did useEffect. We use useState to actually store the data. We use useEffect to actually call that data. So let me just quickly clear all of this and clear this and okay. Let me just clear this. So let me have welcome to React only. So we'll just wait for that to compile and let's see. Okay, so now we have welcome to React. So we have been talking about we have been explaining React to you guys all this while. We explained what React is. We talked about piece all of that together and actually give yourself a real world application that you can actually build, a real world website. And that day we actually looked at when we started this class, we looked at YouTube, for example, when we were talking about how YouTube works. So basically all pages in basically everything about YouTube, from this sidebar to this here to this pop-up to this notification. So we talked about, this was when we explained components to you guys. But now looking at this now, you can see that this is one page, right? When I go to subscriptions, I'm actually going to another page that is housing some different sort of information. So that is one thing we're going to look at today. And how do you move from one page?
We sometimes use stuff like this and stuff like that.
Charlie? Charlie, can you mute your mic?
Because once you are not house.
So basically, how do we move from one page to another? So we know YouTube is like, okay, YouTube is very, very complex. We are playing video, but look at this website, for example. This is just a simple website. So you can just navigate from one page to another, seeing different informations, going from one page to another, and it's basically what we're going to talk about today, how we can actually perform all this routing to actually build ourselves either a simple web application or you build a web app like YouTube. So introducing you guys to routing in React, it's a different concept based on what you're using. So if you remember, when we talk about React, we're talking about React is like the umbrella that has frameworks under it, that has children. You have Next.js, you have Astro, you have Vite, you have Gatsby, you have Remix, you have basically all those frameworks all under React. And if you go with each and every one, they have different concept of how they actually structure either their routing or other part of their framework. But if you're using plain React, it's a different concept to when you're using something like Next.js. And personally, Next.js is the one that I'm familiar with, and it is the one that I am comfortable with. But for this session, we're going to talk about routing in React, basic React, so React 101 routing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to introduce you guys to a concept of what installing libraries. Installing what? Libraries. That is number one, because when you want to use routes in React, you have to install some libraries. So if you come to your package.json here, if you come to your package.json here, so basically what these are what dependencies that you're using in your application. All this here is what you have access to them when you're using your when you're building your application. So in our application, you can see that we always import something from React. If you come here, or where do we use it? Basically, what we do, import useState from React, import useEffect from React. So that is happening because we have access to all these dependencies inside here. So what I'm going to introduce to you guys now is how you can bring in other libraries or other dependencies. So So what I'm going to do now is this is basically your terminal. This is where everything happened. When you started your React project, this is where you come inside that folder to do your npx create React app, and you give it a name. So we are all familiar with that, and this is where all of that is what is happening. But this terminal, you can see that it's already running our application. So you can see when we do npm run start, we're calling on this command to actually start our application in the browser. So this my React app is basically the name of my project. My React app. That is what is starting for me in the browser. And this terminal here, this particular one, anything you do here is actually going to affect that. So if you want to import a library or you want to import a dependencies and you do it here, you just know that you are stopping your application running on the browser. So the best thing for you to do is to have a terminal that is running your application, and you come here. So if you see here that I'm hovering over, it has a plus sign and it has a drop down. So if you click on the plus sign, it has automatically open another terminal for me. So this is the first terminal that is running my application, and this is the other terminal that I open. I can come here and delete it. So basically what I just did is, you come here, you can see this is running This is running Node, because we're using npm start, and we're using our Node JS, plus to automatically open a new terminal. But if you click on this drop down, you're going to see options of what you want to open. Do you want to open PowerShell? You want to open Git Bash, command prompt, JavaScript debug, or you want to split terminal? Let's look at that again. Or you want to split terminal between this option? Your PowerShell is basically how do I explain it? Your Windows PowerShell. So when you open your PowerShell, it's giving you access to another terminal, just like what you have here. If you come here and you open Git Bash, this is a little bit more GitHub-like, because what you're going to see here is it is speaking GitHub language. So you can see what this is like. Master is telling you the name of the branch that you're currently on this your My React app. So if you want to perform some GitHub manipulation, just like how Yunus has been explaining to you guys, upload. So I finished writing code and I want to make a commit or make a push to my GitHub. I can open a GitHub bash terminal, and I can do that from my terminal here. There are other ways to do that, but this is one of the easier ways. So if you come here and I hover on delete, it's telling me to kill the terminal. So when I press this delete, it's actually terminating the terminal. So let's open another PowerShell now to actually import a new library. So the first thing we're going to do is let's go and look at an example of, let's go and look at what I think W3 schools, what are they saying on React router? So you can see what the first thing they see. Create React app. So what is create React app? It is that command that we imputed when we are installing our React app. npx create React app. So they are telling you that command, it does not include page routing. So when you installed React inside and you started working, it does not come with page routing, because you cannot just go and start moving from one page to another. using was this Create React app, but it is available on frameworks like Next.js, Remix, and Vite. React Router is the most popular solution. So this is like a library. I think it was built by the React team, but this is a library that is the most popular solution. But before I do all this in-depth explanation, have you guys spoken about, as any of the other mentors talked about routing before? Hello, has any of the mentor talked about routing before? You guys should communicate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Martins.
Martins has talked about routing before, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On Tuesday morning. On Tuesday.
You guys were part of the class.
I was part of the morning session.
Okay, now Rufai, take us through the step of initiating routing on our application.
Okay, I think first we need to create like install React on our React system page first.
We have already installed React. React is here.
Route.
You mean React Router DOM?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the library. So they are telling you to add React Router in your application. You must run this in where? In your terminal that I just finished talking about, in the root of your application. So Rufai, you say I should copy this?
So can you zoom in a little bit so I can't really see this thing? Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yes. Don't worry, don't zoom in again. React Router DOM, yeah. MPA React Router DOM.
So I should come here and I
Yes,
should. So as you can see, it's currently installing. So it has successfully installed. And if you come here, a dev dependencies, you are seeing what we just installed, React Router DOM. It is under dev dependency because it's like it's a dev dependencies on React. So it is still part of the whole React, but it's a separate package on its own. So Rufai, how do I get started?
I think you go to the source folder in this thing, in the code editor. So
Okay.
inside the source folder, you create.
No, don't tell me to go. Explain to me what I want to do, then I will do it.
Okay.
I want you to explain to me.
Go to the source folder.
Do I have to go to source folder?
We do not with what they taught us, so I'm following what they taught us. So
Okay. Now I'm in source folder. Where will I go to?
Yeah, the SRC file, like the file.
SRC.
Yeah, just create a new folder called maybe page.
A new folder called page.
Then inside that page.
Yeah,
you now create a file like about us, contact.
About us.
Yeah. .gsx.
.gsx. Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
You can create another one, maybe contact again.
Contact. .gsx like this.
Yes, sir. There may be any other thing, maybe layout or something, any other thing, sir.
Okay. So let's work with these two. What's next? Hello, Rufai.
I'm with you, sir.
I say, what is next?
The next thing is to link it.
That is what I want you to do. Like, I want you to explain the process for me before we come and start the code.
Okay.
So you said I should create these two files, but what do I know these two components are for? What? So explain what routing is to me. Explain how do you get started with routing?
That 2 pages, as in that pages you've created, is like maybe you want to be navigating from contact page
Okay.
Yeah,
so
to another page. Like if we inside a page, it's not as if we will go to another page to click on contact. Same page, like single SPA. Then we will have to be linking from one from the contact page to the.
You said SPA.
What did I say, Seth?
No, you said it right in SPA. I want to understand what is SPA.
Like single page application, whereby you don't have to go to another this thing to reload your a page. It's still that same page that will just navigate you to another page immediately.
Brilliant student. Brilliant student. So now, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir, I was seeing it.
So I am on this welcome to React now. So how do I navigate? I've created 2 components. Where do I go to? Where do I create? How do I get started? I don't know anything about routing.
Okay. I think you have to go back to your code editor first too.
I am here.
You have to link those files together. Wait, I forgot the name of this thing. Wait. Okay, go to your contact.zgss here.
Contact.jss.
Then press RFC.
Okay. Rufai.
Yes, sir.
You are beating around the bush. I said, how do I get started with routing? You are still telling me to build components. Rufai.
Okay.
Go on. So you told me to import this thing. I have imported it. You did not even tell me what it is. You did not even tell me how to use it.
Okay.
You do not even you're just me. I'm even thinking that okay, this thing that I import to, I am going to use it to. Where do I use it to? How do I use it to? What is it? What is inside it?
Let another person take over first, sir.
Brother Rufai.
But like maybe I'm not good at explanation, but I can really.
Yeah, on your own you can write it out. You can build pages now.
Yes, sir. I can try and navigate from one page to another.
Okay.
I still did it yesterday.
Perfect. But coming in front of class now to talk, to explain it now. I understand. That's good. I get you. You understand the concept. So somebody raised their hand before. Who was that?
I think
so I just wanted to understand that you guys understand the concept of routing. So you guys have imported that router DOM. So let's brush through it now. So I will write code. I will just be coding. If you have any question.
Can I try?
Okay, Tali.
Okay. So first of all, how I prefer to do my own. I prefer to create like a route layout, whereby I can embed all my codes inside, all my components, my pages inside. You understand?
Oh, so you want me to go and create another file, man?
No, let me say, yeah, just delete the file. Since I'm going to explain, let the file not confuse me.
I should delete the file zone.
Yes. Just delete the file zone.
Before they say I should delete your component.
Don't vex the file.
Okay, I have deleted everything about reference components.
Okay, first of all, me, like I said, I like to embed my code inside a route layout. Sorry. So what we'll do now is, okay, just create.
Wait, sorry, give me 1 minute.
All right.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Habib, what's going on? Habib, do you understand the concept of routing?
No, not really, sir. I'm yet to recap. I just want to prefix this. During the routing class, I attended, but due to the fact that I was preoccupied, I could not complete the class. So no.
Okay. So let me use you as the exception here. So we're going to explain routing. But Tali, go on with your idea. I want to listen to it.
Okay. So just
Thank you very
create
much.
in a root component, just a component, name it root.
A component inside SRC,
name it root.
name it root.
So JSX.
Like
thank
this?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, so just do the normal boilerplate now, the RFC stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So inside the root component, what we are doing now is we are going to like create link tag, like with the link. Delete the div.
What is link?
Like the link now, just not that nav link.
I do not know link. What is link?
We're going to import nav link for our dynamic routing. Nav link.
Import nav link.
Yeah.
What is nav link? How do I?
It's just like an anchor tag now. It's just like an anchor tag to
Where are we getting nav link from? I do import and I say nav link.
Import nav link from React Router DOM.
Okay, nav. You did not tell me what is nav link now. You just say import nav link. I don't know what is nav link.
Okay, so that nav link now, just inside that, remove the div. Inside the return, you're going to create like some links. Use the nav link, just like a tag. Create like a nav link tag.
Nav link.
Yes.
Like this.
Yeah. Don't write something like about us page there.
About us page. Like this.
Then inside the nav link, you have to specify where it's going to lead to.
What do I write?
To.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then just like / about, something like that. Yeah, / about.
/ about. I'm having error.
In a double quote.
In a double quote. Okay.
So repeat the same process for contact us page.
The same process for contact us page. I'm having error.
Okay, wrap everything inside fragment.
Okay.
Like a parent.
Oh, all this one you're saying, I don't know it. I'm just following you.
Okay, so change it about the second about to contact us.
Contact us page.
Do the same thing inside the two.
Okay.
Yeah, turn out to contact.
Me and Abibu are just confused. We don't even know what's going on.
Okay, so after that, you are going to create another div.
Another div.
Yeah. Okay, wait, sorry. Let me draw you back a little bit. You see this nav link and that contact us and about us nav link. Just wrap it in a parent div.
Wrap it in it. So basically, this fragment, I should do div like this.
Yeah. But then you need to create another div. I want the nav link and the about us div to be alone in a parent div. Because I want to create another div under there where we are going to our page.
You want them to be like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Carry the other one and put up there too.
Okay.
Yeah. So outside the parent div of the nav link, create another div.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we are going to import something called outlet. And this outlet allows us, this outlet is going to allow us to render those components that we want to render on our route, our root component. So this is how I do it. I don't start by writing import. I just type the outlet inside the div, and then click on the suggestion given to me by the VS Code.
Outlet.
No, with a graph with a greater a less than sign, starting with a less than sign.
Outlet.
Yeah, click on enter, then it will automatically import. Yeah, so it has import. So what this does is that okay, this outlet now is going to render our component whenever the component that we want to switch to. So we are specifying it to the page that okay, any component that we create, let it show in this outlet here.
So what outlet is it like this?
Yeah, it's okay like that. It's okay like that.
Okay.
So inside our app.js, we are going to create a function. Our route function.
App like this.
Yes. Outside the function app, something like that. I think outside the function, yeah, outside the function app. Click on enter to give it a bit of margin between the up and this. Yeah. So this function do const. Then something like you can name it anything, but since we are doing a router, let me just name it router. Give it router. Not with capital letter, just this small letter. In conflict with the normal router. Okay. So equals to like a variable. Yeah. So there's something we are going to import called create browser router.
Create what?
Create browser router.
Create.
Look at it. Yeah. Enter to automatically import it. So we are going to set it equals to a function, like just open and closing brackets. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think. Then click on enter. Okay, so inside this create browser router, we are going to create another. We're going to import another function. I mean a component. I don't know how to call it. I think it's create route from element. I be tag. I be something like that. Create route from elements. Yeah, yes. Look at element there. So do the same thing. Like do the open and closing bracket. Yeah, then click on enter. So here now. Yeah, what we are doing now, we are going to specify our routes, where our routes are going to be embedded in. Are you with me?
I am with you, but I don't understand what's going on.
Okay. So you create the route tag with
route tag.
Yeah, open and closing.
Open route.
Yeah. Yeah, and then click on enter. So inside the route opening tag, you're going to like set the path that it should automatically let's say when the page loads, it should set that path to be the default page inside the route tag, the opening tag of the route, just before the closing bracket greater than.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. You write path. Yeah, do it // like yeah. Since it's going to be our root layout // Yeah, then what's next? Yeah, the elements.
What elements?
Just leave that place and yeah, create the elements.
Okay.
Yeah, so dynamically render our root that we created.
Dynamically render our root.
The root layout now. Yeah, inside like render it as a component. Yeah, as a component. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, sir. That's nice. So in here now we are going to like okay, we have not created our about us and our contact us page, because in here we are going to embed our about us and our contact us page inside this route layout, root layout. So just inside the root, inside the route. Are you hearing me, sir?
I'm with you.
Inside the route, just the space you give, you are going to like specify our about us route and our contact us route.
What do I write?
Just the same route, I think. Yeah, route. No, not there. No, not there, sir. Inside,
Where?
just inside, in between the opening and the closing tag of the route.
In between the opening and the closing tag of the route here.
Yes, yeah. So we are going to specify just create another route, but then this one with a self closing tag.
Create another route.
with a self-closing tag, I think.
Self-closing tag.
Yeah, so before the forward slash, you're going to set the path that it will lead to.
Another part again. Inside part is living inside part. Okay.
Okay, I think it's because it's housing it's like a parent div and a child div. So you don't say, yeah, I think just name it about.
I should name it about.
No, not forward slash, just about. I think, yeah, and then the element, specify the element again. We don't have the about us page yet, but just the element should point to the about us component.
Okay, so let's you say I should delete Rufai owner, but now you are needing it again. About us dot tsx. I see tsx.
Yeah, the simple RFC. Yeah. So just the about, then under that div, under the div, just do something like lorem something to give us multiple. No, leave that one like that as a header, as a header. Is how it's going to be. Hey, now wow, hope I'm not fucking up.
I don't understand. You have bring me all this journey. You are telling me hope you are not. What?
Okay, continue. Do elements.
I will find you. Come.
Okay, dynamically render the about us page.
Hey.
About us component.
You have made me write code I don't understand.
Not route. What's about? Yeah, so it has imported it automatically. We can do the same thing for the contact us page.
Let's test this one first.
Okay, so it go back to the about us component that you created. Let's set something. Yeah. Can you please delete the about us inside the div tag?
Okay.
Yeah, just put it inside the H1. Click on enter and put it inside the H1.
Okay.
Then put the about us there. And then outside the H1, create a sibling element, a P tag.
Okay.
Then do lorem, like lorem 20 or lorem 30 to give us random words.
I don't have lorem
30.
I don't have lorem extension.
Oh, so how are we going to do, sir? I just want to just type anything, sir.
This is okay. About us is okay that you wrote above. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, so I think okay, go back to the app.js. There's something that we're supposed to do. Yeah, inside that our return. Inside our return a route provider. I think the right provider, a router provider. Inside the return this thing. Inside the return.
I am there already.
Yeah, like just like under the div or something like that.
Under or above?
Under, yeah. Just return router provider, be route provider. Like let's say like a component. Like a component.
Router.
Okay, look at it. It's router provider.
Okay.
Then you have to set it to the function, the route function. No, it's a self-closing tag, I think.
It's a self-closing tag.
So you have to set it to the component, to the route function we declared there, like route. Yeah, router, then equals to router.
I'm having error.
Error. Okay.
Yeah, I think
it should be inside the div.
You said?
Just move it inside the div. Yeah, I think that should be okay. So I think that's okay. Can we review this on the website if it's working fine?
Rufai, did you understand what happened just now?
Sure.
Habib, it's like me and you were on the same boat.
Honestly, sir, I'm just watching in confusion right now.
I'm also okay. I am seeing two things here about us and contact us page. Mr. Tali, what's going on here? Is Tali there?
Sorry, I muted my mic. I was just talking since. I said, it was because we created two link tags and then we didn't style it. That's why they are conjoined together. So
Why is it up here? I want to have it under my welcome to React.
Okay, so just go back to the React app.
Okay.
Move the router provider down of the welcome to React.
So for every link, this is what I would do?
For every link.
Yes.
If you have other links, you're going to nest it inside the function, inside the above function.
You will answer a lot of.
This one is a one-time stuff. So that about us, if you click on the about us, it's actually going to take us to like an about us page, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That
Since
is not it.
Yeah.
Hold on, that is not it.
Okay.
So I'm back to the home page, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say, welcome to React, right?
Yes.
You have listed out your listing. But now I have H2. This is an example. This is an example 2. This is an example 3. Are you seeing what's going on?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
This is an example 1, this is an example 2, this is an example 3. Now, below this is an example, in between this is an example 2 and this is an example 3, I want to have a link here that takes me to Google page.
Take you to Google page.
Yes.
Okay. Go back to the browser. Let's see something to the code editor.
Okay.
I don't. Okay. I think you create like a link tag between that H2.
I will create a link tag.
That nav link tag, anyone like that, nav link.
Nav.
Or
link.
an anchor, anyone. No, create an anchor tag.
No, I want to use router DOM.
Router DOM. Okay.
I want to use from this library. So what do I do?
Okay. You create the nav link, I think.
Nav link.
Yeah,
Okay.
set it to yeah. Then dynamically render
to
like, so I think you're going to copy a HTTP link, a Google HTTP link, and put it there.
Don't worry, I will know it offhand. Yeah.
Yes, so so we can click on it on the name it Google. Yeah, thank you. I almost forgot that.
Okay.
Runtime error. I'm not seeing your error.
You're not seeing my error?
Yes, it's too tiny.
Okay, let me zoom in for you.
So I think you are going to import. I haven't used this use location yet, and they are asking for use location.
Do you understand what's going on? I purposely asked you that. I purposely asked you to do this, so you will see an issue in what you just did. But this, what you did, was perfect, fantastic. It's okay. It's very, very brilliant. But I purposely did this to make you see that error, so you see an issue that is being highlighted.
Okay.
Okay. So this guy, router provider. Sorry, 1 minute. Hello, what's up? Okay, so router provider, you did this perfect, but are you guys hearing? Are you hearing me? Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, with you, yeah.
Habib, don't worry. I'm going to start the process again for routing for you. But what he has explained now is another way, an in-depth way of routing. But we'll look at the routing 101 together. So now you have this routing provider. You doing this and you giving this now. You are only what? You are only providing router, this router provider. You're only using it for what? For this component that you have actually done. And this component, this function that you have created, you are what? Importing this about us, and you're importing this route. And inside this route, you are using your nav link. So if I go back here and let me say comment this out now, and I go back to my page, now it's working. But why is this one working? Now this other one is not working. If I use this one, why is it throwing me an error? So it's not like they say use location. It's not like you will say you have not used use location before. You need to understand why this happened, because your first nav link was working perfectly. This is your nav link that is living inside here. This is the nav link we're using, right? And this is it here. And this is our contact us. This is our nav link. And it's working fine. But you need to understand the concept of what? Of especially what we call what providers. You need to understand the concept. Now, for you to have access to this one and for it to work, mind you, this your flow of is Tally there?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm working. I'm watching.
Rufai, are you there? Is Rufai there? So let me do this. This your concept of routing. It means you have actually gone like in depth inside the routing and you actually understand it for you to do all of this flow. But now I have commented out this route provider. Basically, I will not see this component again inside. I will not see the about us and it's gone. So now to have access to this properly, this your router provider, it has to be a what? An umbrella for your whole application. So you know the concept of what, if you have gone deeper and you know the concept of what providers, you need to understand what providers are. Under the hood, providers are using what? Your underlining, your use context. And your use context is your app-wide state management. Because what you're actually doing with it is like you're having access to multiple things in multiple places. So rather than doing this like this, you want to wrap it across your application. And we're going to look at this again properly because this your flow is a bit tricky to me. But now for this to actually work, because now it is now only rendering your about us page and your contact us page, which is why I was surprised at this your concept of doing it like this, because now where will this guy now live? So what you're saying now is that for every link I want to create, I must use this router provider and I must initiate this router again. Because if I go back to what you did, and now you can see now it will show well, it is working fine. I have about us, I have contact us. But for me to have another nav link, I have to have another route provider. I have to have another router before I can now put this nav link inside of it. So you need to understand this route provider, and this route provider is like a wrapper where you can actually wrap your entire application. You can wrap around across your entire application. Then you can now have access to something like NavLink, and you can perform all the actions. But that is good. That is fine. But I just want you, Tali, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm listening.
I just want you to go back, look at this your router provider. How can you have access to it across the application? Because what you define here now, meaning for every route that you need, for every link that you want to create, you must create it inside this router provider. But in my website, I want a special Google link. So how do I do that? I want you to go back and look at that. But that is good. That is absolutely perfect. It shows that you have done a deep research and you have actually understand the concept of routing. So let me just clean all these things that you have done. So that is why I wanted to understand what you guys know about routing and how you have understood routing properly. So Tali, nice job. This means that you now understand the concept of routing and what it's about. But now let's look at routing 101. When I say routing 101, it means starting routing from scratch. Like I don't know how to route. Me and Habib, we do not know how to route. We want to learn routing. We want to know how we can do it. And we already talked about importing this library, React Router DOM, and we have imported it successfully. So how do we get started? So that's the question I was asking Rufai to explain to me. How do I get started? What do I need to do? And all what's not. Now, in our application here, we have, let me clean all these guys. We have this root app, and we know what this root app is like the root component of our application, where we can have access, where we can create multiple components, and we can basically do multiple things. So now, I now want to have pages. So what do I mean by pages? I want to have pages whereby page 1, page A is home, page B is about us, page C is contact us. When I click on that, so now have I not saved it? So now I want to have welcome to React, but I want to have I want to have 3 buttons here. Basically, what I showed you guys here. So basically, what you guys saw here, you can see that these are navigation, these are links that take you to multiple places on the application. But this is not the only one. You can have link anywhere. This is a link. You can see it has taken me to a different place in the application. This is also a link. View rows. This is also a link. Each and every single one. This is a link. Home. It has taken me back to the home page. Basically, this is a link too. It has taken me back to to another separate page. So these are stuff that are being used across the application, and we want to understand how we can achieve that with React. Again, just like I said, React routing is actually more difficult. If you understand routing in React, you understand routing properly, because the other concept of routing in other frameworks are much more easier. So what we're going to start with today, sorry, let me pick this call. 1 minute. Why this? Okay, sorry. So now let's look at routing 101. So we're going to also import stuff. Let me just leave it open like this. React Router DOM. So basically, what I just finished explaining to Tali is that, which is example of the router provider. It is like an umbrella that tells your whole application that, okay, this whole application, oh, I want to have access to what? To the routing functionalities. I want to use Navlink for React Router DOM. I want to use router. I want to use router provider and basically everything. So if you come inside here, you can see it has a lot of exports inside the React Router DOM. And basically all what we used here with the outlet and basically everything. So if I come here, I will now get access to my browser route. So basically what Tally asked me to do, the router provider, this browser route, it is a router used in web, provides cleanest URL. But this browser route is like an umbrella that you can wrap across your entire application. That you can wrap across your entire application for you to have access to to multiple things. Now, me doing this, me just wrapping my application with browser routes, Tally used something called Navlink. So if you say Navlink, you are like, does it have an explanation here? Let it finish loading, because I want to explain for you the difference between Navlink and link. So Navlink basically wraps the link and it's additional styling, blah blah blah. This is like, so they give you an example here and they give you the state variable for it. But what Navlink is like, you're trying to say you only want to have access to like nav links. And you can see nav links in browsers are like special. They have their own styling. You can, if I'm on home page, I have this special styling. I have this underline. If I'm on About Us, it has now come there. You can see the way it's even like scrolling from one to another, and the way it's just like the way the animation is happening. So that is what Navlink is. Now there's a difference between Navlink and there's a link. This Navlink is being wrapped around around link. If you over on it and you actually look at the explanation, you see what Navlink is. It wraps link, and it basically wraps this link. So now let's come here and let me just test something with this link. And I want to come here and I want to use this link to create something. So let me just say Google. You still have access to your tool. So let me remove this. So let me do this. So now I have Welcome to React, and I have Google here. So when I click it, immediately I click it, where am I taking to? I am taking automatically to where? To Google page. So now, what is the difference between runtime error, use location? Let me change it. Let me add a target on it. What this does is it opens it on a new page. Fine. Google on a new page. Google on a new browser. Google on a new browser. So now, are you guys with me?
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Okay. Now, look at this. Look at this guy and the other example Tally made. That was why I said Tally was actually very, very, he has gone in depth, meaning he has actually studied routing. He has understood routing for him to actually explain his routing like that. The routing he explained are the routing that you are actually using in high-end applications, like routing that you want to access from multiple places and do multiple things. But for me now, what I just did here on routing 101, which is the basis of routing, I just introduced this browser route, and I basically have access to what? To link, to actually go to anywhere. I can go to anywhere in the applications like this. I can actually do like multiple things. So now, inside this browser route, I have what? This welcome to React. Now, I now want to what? I now want to let us replicate. I shouldn't have closed that. Let us replicate what we're seeing here.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
That my process that I followed, can I make it into a custom hook whereby I can, let's say I was just thinking, let's say for instance now, I just the way you showed me the example of me putting another nav link inside the router provider and it doesn't work. Let's say for instance I'm creating like a page, a website, and then inside the child, let's say inside the child component, like the child route of to a parent route, and I have another link there that I want to link to somewhere different. If I let's say if I embed it with the nav link, is it going to work? Or I need to use the router the browser router that you just created now before for it to work? Or in the other way, I don't know if I'm confusing you, but in the other way, let's say for instance, I export that my function. It's the function that I used. I exported the function as like a custom hook, whereby I just need to import it to any browser that any page that I want to use it on, and then pass it my value. Like, is it going to work that way? Are you with me, sir?
Okay, sorry, I was talking, my mic was muted. So I said, I understand what you're saying, but it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky in the way that what you're trying to achieve is actually, now imagine, now look at where you have defined all your router. You have defined your router function, you import the route. The issue is that in that your route file that we deleted, you now went to define what your nav link will look like. If you're making it a custom hook, your nav link has to be dynamic. Meaning your nav link, you don't know what your nav link is until you pass it your nav link. And to be very, very sincere, the concept that you went through, I was just following you, but I have not done something like that before. Again, like I said, in React, I think I only did React for like 1 month before I moved to Next.js. In React, I did not fully go deep inside the routing flow, which is why I was saying your routing process is like a more advanced one. This was just the basic one that I did in React. But if you want to actually fully understand the flow of routing in an application, you will need to venture into one of those frameworks. And the advised one is Next.js. Why am I saying this? Why am I telling you this? React themselves, the React that we are using themselves, they are advising you and telling you to use something else when you want to build high-end application. So Tali, if you see yourself trying to build something big and major, you are advised to go into a framework that is built on top of React. You don't need to learn something different. It is still the same components. You are still creating the same function. You are still exporting it. But the way the routing works, the way you create your pages, it is different and it's more easier to understand. Back to your question. If you want to have a proper routing solution in React, the only advice that I can give you is for you to actually have a separate file for your routing. So basically, you define where all your pages are going to. If you have home, you define where it's going to. If you have message, you define where message is going to. if you have about us, you define it in a separate file. Yeah, you define all of that. You import your route from React Router DOM. You import your nav link or your link. You use your path. You use now the most important thing now is the element. Inside that element, you will now define where is it going to go to or which component is it going to render. So if you have all of that in one file and you are properly pointing it to where it's going to go to, where you want to use it, all you just have to do is just call on this link. After you have wrapped your whole application with this browser route, why this link is working is because I did this browser route here. I wrapped my whole application with it. That way, I can now have access to link. So you too, if you have your old components in your old routing components inside one file, anywhere you need it, just call link. And you point to where it's going to. That is all what you need. Simple and easy. That is the advice I'm going to actually give you if you are looking for something more complex.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So now back to where we were. Habib.
Yes, sir.
This one line that I just did now, so you can see Tally's flow was a bit more complex. But
Yes,
this
sir.
one that I did now, are you familiar with it coming into routing for the first time?
No, not familiar. Well, like I said, the first class that I entered concerning routing, it was more so the way Tally explained it. It was very complicated.
Okay.
Though I was coming in and I was going out because I had some interruptions. So maybe I didn't understand it well. But this one seems very straightforward.
Okay, so now basically routing, React, first step, wrap your whole your base app with this browser router. What this gives you is the ability for you to use your link to navigate to anywhere within your application. So what we have done now is just two things. We import this browser route, we wrap it on our base application. Now we have access to this link. Inside this link, we are now going to multiple places in what? Now this link went to Google. We open Google in a new tab using the target props. So now I said, let's replicate what we're seeing here. I want to have something like this at the top of my application, meaning, welcome to React. I am not going to have some navigations at the top of my application here. Right? Now let's look at how we can achieve that. CSS. Who wants to help us with CSS here, please?
So please just install Tailwind.
Oh, you guys are not familiar with Tailwind?
We know Tailwind ever since now. You're the one that is not using it. We learned Tailwind before post CSS, before JavaScript.
You guys know Tailwind and I've been using. Oh my god.
To be fair, I'm not very conversant with Tailwind. So
Habib, you need a lot of catching up to do.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Please, let's use Tailwind.
But if you use it, I prefer you use it so I will see what's going on. It's
okay.
Yes,
again, let's okay, so let me see again. React. Let me just Google how I can importing Tailwind.
The Tailwind, can just check the Tailwind documentation
in React. Yeah, I'm there already. Because I know I have to do some configurations and the rest. So you guys say you understand Tailwind? Oh God.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, for it to be faster, I think we should kind of use the CDN. But if we install the Tailwind, it will give us access to the IntelliSense. But we can use the CDN and do the remaining part.
Yeah, don't worry. I have
okay.
So let me just import it and let me initialize it. Let me make sure it's working first.
I would have preferred you using post CSS. I think it's straightforward.
What is the difference between the two? Can you give explanation?
I don't really know the difference between the two, but while I was installing, I first of all installed this normal one with Byte, but then it was before I couldn't set it up. I couldn't set it up. So when I used the one with post CSS, it was faster.
Okay. Let's see. I'm coming. Let me test it to see if it's working. Because I need to it is not working.
Do you have the IntelliSense installed?
Yes, I'm coming. Let me do something. Yep. Oh, I am home. I am finally home.
Welcome, sir.
Okay. Now you guys are about to see. All right. So basically what I said I want to do is create a what? A navigation. So class name. Hey, now, so let me flex it. Give you a gap of 3. So now let me do this. Let me create a link. And let me see home. Sorry, 1 minute.
So are you talking or is it my network?
Are you guys hearing me? Hello, are you guys hearing me? Hello, nobody's here. Can you guys hear me?
I've been asking you if you are talking since. I just had to leave the meeting and join back because I was thinking it was my network.
Nobody else is here. So we have your tool that leads to your homepage. Let me save this. So let me duplicate this multiple times. Let me call this about. And let me call this contact. So let's see if our tailwinds are working. So, tailwind is still not working. Oh, good. I'm testing this tailwind to see if it's working. Okay, it's not working. Let me go back to the documentation to see what's wrong. Okay, I think I need to do this in my index.css. If this does not work, then I don't know what to do. It still did not work.
So try pasting the CDN on the index.html. Because you have to configure this tailwind.config.js. So to avoid that, we can use the CDN and kind of do it sharply because the class is already running over.
Okay, where is the CDN?
We can go to the tailwind documentation and copy the CDN.
Okay, let me copy. Let me see where I can get to CDN. Okay, let me see.
In the index.html, that's where you put it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to. So just below meta. Okay. All right. Now let's speed it up. We have wasted a lot of time here. Okay, so basically, what I just did was this nav. I created 3 components for this nav. 2 about and what contact that has what name, about and what contact. So now, if I go to my browser, I'm going to see those 3 nav link: home, about, and contact. This one, if I click on it, we are still on our root page, because that is where I said it should link to. It should link to slash, and slash is what is your current your root page. Now, where does it go to? I want to have a list of components that it is what it is going to go to. Inside these browsers, I still have options like just the route and the routers. Now I want to use these routers, these routes.
Excuse me, are you talking? Are you saying anything?
If you want to use this route, I have something very, very important to do now. But let's try and round up very, very quickly. I have these routes, and inside these routes, and you can see it's routes with plural, and you can see what is if I overrun it, it's telling me to how and what to define it with. So now I want to define beer and beer, this is actually going to go to. So now I will still bring in my route. This is a self-closing tag. Let me duplicate 3 here. Let me set the path now. The path, where do I want this first route to go to? I want it to go to my slash. Now, the same way we saw that we did Tally's own, where we actually also include an element, which is a dynamic rendering of a JSS component. For now, let's just put this empty tag, and let's come here. We have a pages. So let's come here about us, and let me create another one called home.jsx. My RFCE, I call it home. Now, this home is basically where we currently are, and where we currently are is where we are rendering all of this. So let's pick all of this like this, and let's lift it and put it inside here. So it doesn't know where link is, but let me do that from React Router DOM. Good. So now, rather than doing a self-closing tag, let's just bring in homes. Home component that we just created. So let it load. So let it load now. Okay, yes, it has done. And sorry, I'm actually replying somebody. Really, really urgent stuff. So now that has done. Now let's do the remaining for our about and our contact page. So now let's add the parts. Let's add the parts. It has to match where you want it to go. So this our home is basically the first page we see, and is this component, and it's going to what slash. That is why it's slash here. If we want to render an about component, it has to go to an about here, and we do this. And let's also do the elements to also go to about us, basically, and duplicate for the same, and do the same for contact. Now this contact, let's go and create that component. Let's call it contact. Okay, I imported something about contact. So now this, you said?
Sorry, I just want to interject before you move further than this. How did you come about the routes and route tags?
This route and this route is coming from React Router DOM. So the same way I brought in browser routes that I used to wrap my entire application, this is like a provider for my whole application to have access to anything that is coming from React Router DOM. Link is basically where you want to link to. Now, route is telling you are like building a route library. So where and where do you want to go to? List out all where you want your components to actually go to, which is why it's plural here. You do not add anything on it. You just define it. But inside, you now define your individual I think I have one self-closing one. Let me see. You define your individual route. You define your each individual route where you want to go to. So in my link above my page, I have link to home, I have link to about, and I have link to contact us. Now inside this route, I am now rendering the components that is going to render this link. So this link is going to about. This is the component is going to render. This link is going to contact. This is the component is going to render. That is what routes and routes are.
All right, sir. Understood. Thank you.
Contact is not defined. Okay, now let's come here and let's bring in contact page. So let's come here and let's import contact from pages the contact. Now, if we go back, let's reload our page. If we reload our page now, we are still seeing home, about, contact us. Now we're seeing welcome to React, and we're still seeing this our Google link. Let me give it a bit of styling so we see what's going on. This, let me remove this. I think this homes is what's okay. Let me give class name. Let me say text 3XL font semi-bold. Let me give this one a class name, a text of blue, 500, and then what? An underline. Let's look at how Tailwind is sweet. You guys are making me struggle with CSS. So now, what this has done is, I now have this my bold text, and I have this what? This Google link. Now, what did we do? We basically made this app JS, our Roots app, the source of our component that is now housing our page. /homes is basically rendering this component, which is what we're seeing here. If I go to about, it's going to render this our about component, which will just render what? This about us page. And let me give this also a class name. So let me say text base. I think automatically is base, but let me give it a font of bold and say this is our contact us page. So when I do this and I come here and I go to what? About, you can see it has changed. But this route are still at the top, and we are no longer seeing our what? Our home page. What we basically achieve this with what? With that what? That routing. I'm on home page now. You are seeing there is nothing on the URL. I go to about, I'm seeing /about. I go to contact, I'm seeing what? /contact, and it's rendering what? The contact what? Content. So now, like I said, this is routing 101. But once you understand this concept, it is important that you what? It is a building step for you to actually build ahead. Let's look at what we've done, because this is where we're going to stop today. I have to do something very, very important. So you guys can ask your question and basically everything. This is only what we did. So the difference between this and Tally's own is that Tally was importing React Router DOM on multiple components. The idea and the right way is for you to actually find a way to have like a base React Router DOM where it's only used once, and the only thing you want to use is this, your browser. The other things you're going to be using on multiple places is only this link. It is what? Only this link. So we have this browser router, and this browser router, we use it to wrap our whole entire application. Like I said, this is what is giving us access to all of this. Now, I have a navigation at the top of my application. This one, if you go to every page, you are going to see this, which is exactly what we wanted to achieve, something like this. If I go to every page, I am still going to see this navigation at the top. So you can see the idea that we are trying to replicate here, meaning if we are trying to build a website that looks like that, this is already giving us the foundation for us to build something like that. And we have this navigation that always live here. Now let's just make it look exactly like that. Let's do this. On our navigation, let me cut this. Let me put another nav. Let me give this a class name of what? W-full flex item center justify between. Now I'm going to have an H1 here, and I'm going to call this logo, and I'm going to now paste what I cut here. So if I save this, perfect. So now if you look here, we have logo, and if you look at your right hand here, we have our three links. It's basically just like this, because this one has a lot of styling and they have styled this properly, but you understand the concept. So this is the logo, which is basically what you're seeing here, and this is our navigation. But let's do something funky. Let me give it a px of 20, and let's just deal with this px of 20 and py of 10. So let's look at what we have now. Okay, so now we can see it has actually moved from the edge, and we can see we have something similar to what we have here. So this is our logo. We use this as our logo. Now we're using this as our navigation that we're seeing here. It's still basically the same thing. Just look at what is going on here. If I click on homes, I have come back to the home page. If I click on about, I have gone to the about page. If I click on contact, I have what? I have gone to the what? To the contact page. So with this, you can what? You can now create your what? You can now have your routing in your application easily what? Easily defined. Meaning inside this contact us, all I just need is my link. Now let me put this guy now inside H1. It's always when I'm in this class, that is when notification will be coming. I don't even understand. I did free since nobody messaging. MB of 5. Okay, so let me now see home. So now remember the question that I asked Ali that, okay, now what if I am on this? What if in between this is an example 1 and 2, I want to have another link. So you can see here now, I still have my navigation at the top that I can use to go to what everywhere that I want in my application. But now I am on contact page. You can see /contact. And I want to go back to the home page, but I don't want to come here. All I just did was I defined a link tab and I defined where it should go to. Immediately I did homes, I have it. And when I click it, it has taken me back to to my home page. With that, we just someone said anything?
I was the one that wanted to say something. This exact thing that you are explaining, as in linking from another page to, let's say, from the contact page back to the home page, it actually works with my that
Okay.
approach that I followed. If I'm in a contact page and I do this link to home, it actually works. It takes me to home page.
Okay, but you sure that your router provider, did you wrap it in any way, or you were calling it on every page?
No, it was just only on this function app. This function app was only there. Then if I'm in my contacts, I can just put a link that will link me to a different page if I want.
I am more concerned on where did you put your router provider, because you see that time you just did your router provider inline like this. You did your router provider like this, and I was curious to know how did your router provider, how do you get access to it across the application?
Okay, like as I returned what I used to do is I don't actually put anything in this app, this app.jsx. I don't put anything there. All I do is I just return the router provider. Then let's say if I want to link to any page, I have my navigation created separately in a separate file. Understand? Let's say the navigation for the header, like the home, about us, and contact. Understand? I have it created in a separate file. And like if you remember there, we have a root component.
Yeah.
That root component houses the navigation. Understand? So I will just put the navigation component that I created inside the root component, like nest it there, and with the footer and rest like that. So that basically is just like creating a div. It just like creating a body for the whole web page. So I'm going to nest all my navigation, my body tag, like dashboard, and then my footer inside that root component. So everything works from anywhere I am. I can just do link to / anywhere I want to go, and it actually takes me there with no problem.
Okay, that is nice to hear. That is nice to hear. But which is why I said your own. That was why I said it then. I said your own routing that you define is like a more complex. This is like routing 101, which is like it's introduction to routing, simple routing. The way you saw like this one was done and the way we actually navigate it, it's a bit easier and you understand this properly. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I know about this one also. I know about
Okay,
this.
so Habib, what do you think now? Can we wrap up the class? Are you familiar with the routing process now? Any question?
Yes,
Because
sir. Yes, sir.
Habib.
Well understood now, sir.
Habib, what did you say?
I said it's understood now, sir.
So now you understand routing. You understand
sir.
how you can import link routers and how you can define components for where and where they should go to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have to be somewhere very, very urgently. So let's round up the class now. If you have any question, you can drop it in the group. And basically, I think we'll catch up again on Tuesday, or I think there's going to be another class between then. So that we're going to go in depth into it.
There's no Tuesday again. Tuesday is going to be for integration. So, like, I think the next class we're going to be having it on Saturday. Instead of having a dev hour, we're going to be having a class instead. So there's basically no dev hour. The admin passed the information to us just before the class could start. So I think there is no class next week.
All right, so that's perfect. On Saturday, we're going to continue from here, and we're going to go deeply into routing, and we're going to see dynamic routing. So basically, that should be all for today.
You say we have class on Saturday, right?
Yeah, there's class on Saturday, so that there's not going to be dev hour.
Is it practical class or which type of class?
It's the same way we're having this class like this, yeah. Same way like this. Because
Yes.
okay, next week is
Are
being.
we going to brush it out?
So you guys should just round up. I am dropping off now.
It's not like we're going to brush anything. We're going to continue just where he stopped like this today. We're going to continue from here. Understand? Just that next week we're going to start Web3 integration, because the guy, the Santiago guy, that white guy that is supposed to take us Web3 integration, after we are done with this cohort, with this with learning front end, anything that has to do with front end.
Yes.
The guy said after next week, it's not going to be available till next year. So they have to shift the time closer for him to attend to us before he leaves, because it seems like he's very, very much interested in this our cohort. So we want to use the opportunity to and show him that we are also serious. So I think that's
I understand. So
the class.
That means this week there's no quiz, any assignment, right?
Next week.
This week.
There's assignment already. They already dropped assignment in Discord channel. Check your Discord. There's assignment already that we're going to submit on Sunday. It's not our usual assignment. It's just like we're going to build a functional website. I think just something like that we're going to make use of routing most.
Okay.
So the class on Saturday.
I'll check it.
The class on Saturday, they're yet to communicate the time to us. So I think when they do, they're going to drop it in the group for everybody. Just make sure you're online to see.
Okay, that won't be a problem. I'll try to do so.
Like that's all. So take care, guys.
Okay, so it was nice having you. Thank you.